Alright, so in my hand I have the new Piscifun Phantom baitcasting reel, one of the latest releases from Piscifun. This is a carbon baitcasting reel, 7 bearings, 7:0:1 gear ratio, really exciting reel. And what I'm going to show you today is how to adjust the braking systems on this reel. There are 2 separate braking systems, the first being the magnetic braking system, which you can see here on the side. That's a 1 to 10 dial. And the purpose behind a magnetic braking system, most people have seen them before. If you own other bait casting reels, this is most likely what you have is a magnetic system. And what I'm going to do is take off that side plate and show you what it looks like inside. There's the magnets right there. And the premise behind a magnetic braking system is pretty simple. The higher you turn your dial, so if I go up to 4, 5, 6, 7, the higher you turn that dial, the closer the magnets get to the spool, therefore slowing the spool down faster. As you turn it down, the exact opposite happens. The magnets go further away from the spool and allow the spool to spin more freely. So I have mine typically set between 3 to 5 depending on what I'm doing, but in heavier wind, casting lighter lures, you like to turn that up a little bit so the magnets have a little more control over the spool, and that way you don't get those puffs of line where that spool is spinning faster than the lure, and that causes backlashes. Really easy to adjust, but that's the premise behind the magnetic system. That's the first one that you want to set there. Is again, I keep mine between 3 to 5, so that's the first system on the Phantom. The second one, as I dump the spool here, is the centrifugal braking system. Now this one involves a 6-pin system, and the purpose behind these pins, as this is also labeled 0 to 6, is that these pins come up whatever number you have engaged. I have it on 3 right now. That means 3 pins on the inside of this will come up and engage the outside, the outer ring of this spool. So when you put it back together, you see how that fits. Those pins will actually, when they're allowed to move freely due to gravity, will come up and make contact with this inner ring and control your spool speed. So the more pins you have engaged, the slower yours, or the quicker your spool will slow down, and the more control you're going to have over your spool. I like to keep mine in most situations between 2 or 3. The one nice thing about this is that you don't actually have to balance the pins on the inside like you would with other centrifugal systems, because you just get to click, the spool automatically balances itself by choosing which ones to engage. But that's the purpose behind this. The optimal braking system is one where your spool is traveling the exact same speed, or spinning the same speed as your lure is traveling during a cast. When your spool is spinning faster than the lure you've casted, that's when you get the line overrunning itself, and that's when you get bird's nests, backlashes, whatever you want to call them. And then when you have it set too tight, that would be when you get really short casts, you lose a lot of accuracy and distance. So I'll put this back together, but really easy to adjust. Again, I would start with the magnetic system. So take a look at it, the Piscifun Phantom dual braking system.